Oh my gosh, sorry about that. I could not get it to go. I hate when that happens. Welcome to Facebook Live, everybody. It's time to get our Stampin' Lips on. I hope you are ready. Woohoo! Buffy, you are posting with a request. Yeah, it's a little too late. I'm sorry, my dear. I'll take a look at it when I'm done and see. Hello, hello, hello. So I hope you guys had a great weekend. It has been raining nonstop here. I'm pretty much over it. I'm ready for some happy sunny weather, and it's so far just not happening. But I hope you guys are excited to stamp. I actually have quite a bit planned for you today, so that's kind of exciting. I am trying to think of what happened. Well, we were supposed to have 2 cross-country meets on Saturday, and both of them were canceled. So that was kind of a bummer. I was really looking forward to it. It was my poor Carl. Bless his heart. He was so sad. It was the last meet of the season for him, and it was canceled. And the way these things work, I think it's just impossible to reschedule them just because there's so many things at play to put on one of these meets. And so he just kind of had an anticlimactic end to his season. So that was kind of a bummer. But bless his heart, he went for a run on Saturday afternoon all by himself. In fact, I had run to the store. I'm driving back and I'm like, hey, I recognize those shoes. I think that's my kid. So that was kind of funny. So I waved at my son running down the street. So that was kind of fun. And let's see. Oh, Ella had a date. This is another sad state of affairs for my poor daughter. She's so busy. Her date had to be on a Sunday afternoon. So anyway, she had fun and she's all excited. So that's sweet. And yeah, I think Carl has a girlfriend too, but he's home today, by the way, so I'm sure he will make an appearance. He's missed you guys so much, so I hope you guys are ready for that. And I think it is so weird that all of a sudden all of this activity has just come to an abrupt halt. The kid, well, Ella she's one more meet on Thursday, and she's just, I don't know, all of the stuff is just ending, and I think Carl's sad. Ella's got other stuff going on, robotics and whatnot, so she's actually too busy. It will be nice to have one less thing, unless she makes the state team, which she might make the state team. I don't know, probably not, but we'll see. She's a little runner. And then I have to tell you guys, this is so sweet. Carl, in fact, I wonder if let me grab my iPad. It's worth it. Hold on. Okay, so I had an email from one of Carl's teachers on Friday. And I have to read it to you because it's so sweet. I think you guys will be all proud stamping aunties. So his teacher said, "Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Rico. I just wanted to send a note home regarding Carl and health class. He has been an awesome addition to the PV Junior High. He's very kind and thoughtful. He always puts forth his best effort and is always striving to do better. He contributes to our class discussions and sets goals. I've enjoyed seeing him drop time in his cross-country meets, which have carried over to his efforts during PE class. I hope the transition from Cedar Falls to Bettendorf has been a positive one for you and your family. Have a great weekend." Aw, isn't that just the sweetest ever? My little Carl. I have to tell you, last year was a challenging year. The last couple years for him were challenging, and he has really flourished in our move. So I'm very happy about that. It's been wonderful. So anyway, that was just such a sweet little email to get on a Friday. And of course, when we heard that his meet was canceled, I knew he was going to be really bummed out, and he was. But when I read that email, we sat down to dinner and I read that email. And it's funny, we have no phone policy at the dinner table, of course. And so I said, can I have permission to read something? And I have to laugh. So my husband was all about, you guys are on your screens too much. He is on his screen all the time. All the time. Ella asked me if we could have an intervention, which I think is kind of funny. So, okay, now that I've shared all about my family, the good, bad, and the ugly, I hope that you guys are ready. Apparently, there is another hurricane coming to the U.S. I'm so sorry if you are in that affected area. My goodness. Can't anybody catch a break? I probably shouldn't have complained about the rain we've had, but actually we do have a lot of rain. I know there's a lot of flooding going on, but if you are in that flooding area, I'm so sorry. I have to say, I have not been watching the news because I just kind of can't stand it. So I haven't really been keeping up on this hurricane, but someone mentioned it, that Facebook Live was going to be a good distraction for them. And I'm really happy to see or to hear that, but I am really sad that there's another hurricane. Oh my gosh. Oh. So anyway, stay safe, everybody. So let's see. I've got, a couple of announcements. What did I do with my, oh, there are my prizes. I've got prizes. I've got cards. Let me grab my cards. P.S. I hope my butt didn't just show just then. If so, I apologize. I got a few cards in the mail and I'm very excited to share them with you because they're all super cute. And I have not gotten today's mail. In fact, dang it, I have a Stampin' Up! Order coming today and I'm mad that it's not here because it has something I wanted to show with you. But, well, maybe we'll have to wait till next week, so we'll see. All right, so a couple of things. First of all, my Facebook Live class that I talked about last week is going to start tomorrow. Will be our first Facebook class meeting. I'm very excited about that. So if you are a part of Facebook class, I will post this evening the dimensions for our first round of Stamping with Me project dimensions so that you can stamp right along with me if you want. And I'll give you all the details about that over on our Facebook page. If you haven't signed up, there's still time to join us. Of course, it is an amazing, amazing class. In fact, this week I've been doing a lot of planning, getting ready for it and working on projects. And I have been kind of giddy about it because I think it's really going to be fun. And, oh yeah, it is Columbus Day. There is no mail, but there is UPS. They don't discriminate. I shouldn't say discriminate. It's not really a discrimination, but it's not a holiday for UPS. I know that because I've already gotten one delivery. But anyway, I do have to tell you, I'm so excited for Facebook Live class. And whether you are a seasoned stamper or a brand new stamper, there is definitely going to be something for you in it. I have two projects that are kind of going to give you an idea of what it will be like a little bit. They're just a teeny snippet. Of what Facebook class will be like. It'll be a lot like this, but I'm going to kind of very specifically show you how I design cards and how I go through the process so that you can see how it goes. And the idea behind Facebook class is to lessen the amount of time it takes you to make cards, to give you like good inspiration, tips, and tricks to help you, like I said, speed that process up, as well as to inspire you to create more. And then probably giving you ways to look at things a little bit differently. And then, of course, the ever favorite color combination challenges. Well, I shouldn't say challenges, just color combination ideas. We will have all kinds of fun things. I've got some fun surprises planned. In fact, the first one will be tomorrow. And then I also will have card challenges that will challenge you to create with with some of the things that I teach you in class. So it's like homework. But the best kind of homework because it's fun. Cindy says, do you watch Facebook and follow along? Yes, absolutely. And if you can't watch live, that's okay because you can share your projects afterwards, and that is just fine. And some of it is even, we're going to have kind of a, well, I'm not going to give you because that's sort of a little surprise. So, but yes, you follow along. It will be there if you can't be there while we're live. And I do have a couple different times for lives throughout the month so that if you are just the time that I'm doing mainly doesn't work for you, you'll still be able to catch a live at some point. So I'm trying to be a little flexible. So anyway, now to sign up for that, there's actually a link at the top of this video. If you like, there's a little description. There is a link for that. I also put a link for my first frost class. We're going to do a first frost card, and then that class just came out last week, so you can still register for it if you are interested, as well as my Creativity to Go monthly kit. This month is using the Country Home stamp set, and I'm very excited about those projects because I have them all ready to go. So anyway, there's lots of exciting stuff going on. Karen is asking, how much does that cost? It is $25 for a month, and you'll get a lot with that. You'll get, it's like 3 classes in one because there'll be 3 Facebook Lives. You'll get at least 3 card layouts per Facebook Live and 3 color combinations per Facebook Live. So it's a lot of inspiration all tied up into one. There'll be prizes, there'll be, like I said, contests, surprises, all kinds of good stuff. If you subscribe for a year, it's only $15 a month. So I'm doing a pretty big discount if you do the full year, and that gets billed to you monthly, so you don't have to pay it all up front. So it's pretty awesome for that. I highly recommend it. I'm very excited about it. So let me see, any more questions? Can't wait. Is it US only? No, it is not. Anybody can join. There will be just a little bit of time zone issue for you depending on where in the world you are, Karen. But yes, anybody can join that one. The one I have that is USA only is the Creativity to Go class. That is because it contains product and I can't send product out of the US. Okay. Alrighty. Now, if you registered for it, I think I'm caught up on everybody's emails sending you the invitation. If you've registered, make sure you get into our Facebook group. And then, Susan, can you pay for it all at one time? You know, that's a good question. I don't have it set up that way right now, but that I'm sure we could work that out. Will you email me that, Susan, and we'll get that. So yeah. And then what was the other thing I was going to say? I can't remember, but anyway, yay. So, oh, and if you are in there, I asked everybody to introduce themselves. So don't forget to do that because I love, getting to know people, especially, from all over the world. Cause we do have someone from Canada so far. That's our one international. But I think we might get more. Let's see. What is this class? So the class, Anna, is called Facebook Live class from the Creativity Cave. It might be called October Facebook Live class from the Creativity Cave. And then if you are, the other one I have is the Country Home Creativity Kit to Go. Kit to Go. And all this stuff is on my blog and under online classes. And maybe I'll do a blog post about it just so that everybody can see. So there you go. Okay, oops, sorry. Did you like that finger in your screen? I apologize. Which one can you do if you live in Australia? That's the Facebook Live class is the one anybody can do internationally. And Anne-Marie is our French Canadian. Will you post what we work in prior so that we have things cut and ready? Yes. So I will post like the dimensions of the pieces that you need for, I won't do it for every project, and here's why. you guys know that I create well on the go, on the, on the fly. So I wanted to not completely be zoned in on just a couple things, but some of the projects each time will definitely have the pre-cut dimensions and everything listed for you. In fact, I already have my graphic made. I just have to plug in the dimensions, and then I'll have colors, but you can always change the colors if you don't have what I'm using, or if you don't like what I'm using. Or like sometimes I'll say you need a certain size of DSP and then the coordinating colors to go with it. And I think it'll be fun to see what everybody comes up with, because actually I almost would encourage you not to use exactly what I have, but okay. Can you watch the Facebook Live anytime if you miss it? Absolutely. And you'll have access to it for life. So you can come back to it in 2 years and say, remember back when Dina was first doing Facebook Lives and that really cool card she made? Yeah, you can refer back to it anytime. Did you like my old lady voice? Actually, I think that was more of an old man voice. Oh, let's see. I'm just checking. Okay, what if you don't like the stamp set you're doing? Can you substitute the stamp set? Susan, if you're talking about, tell me more about that question. Tell me more about that. Email me that, okay? A pen and paper will be essential. Well, kinda. You'll see. Okay. Oh my gosh, okay. Whew. I got behind. So the cost, Cindy, is $25 for 1 month or $15 for a year. And then it is, yes, anybody can join the classes. The only one that is limited to US demonstrators, or US people, not demonstrators, anybody, are the creativity kits to go. And for people on my team, I have a discount for you, so don't register under the registration. But I had to do a separate one, and I'm not putting it on the main one because people get confused. So anyway, there you go. Okay, there we are. Time to give away some stamps, right? Oh, and I got to share my cards. So I got to flip. It's time to flip my camera around. Okay, you guys ready? Close your eyes for a sec. Pulling my camera into place. Oh, there. Oh, goodness. You know, there we go. That's better. Okay. See, I gotta have it just right so that you don't see all of the messy stuff outside of the camera shot. Okay, so first of all, I've got some cards to share. These are fun cards I got in my mail. Yes, someone said I do know my email address, or my address was still my old address on my newsletter. You guys have been exceptional at pointing out the issues with my newsletter, so thank you. Yes, I am aware, and it is going to be switched. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so this is a super cute card that I got. This was from one of my downline, Crystal, and she used the paper pumpkin stamp set, and then the buffalo check. Did I just about say cheek? Background stamp, but look at this. Isn't that cute? Boo, it's Halloween. So anyway, she had such a sweet little message inside there. I thought that was really cute. So thank you. And then she put this is contraband, but I really liked it. It looks like washi tape to me on the back of her envelope. And can we just point out, she embossed her envelope with the subtle embossing folder. How cute is that? It's the little things, you know? So thank you so much, Crystal. This is another super cute card from Elaine. So thank you so much, Elaine. I loved it. Who does not love a pink flamingo? So that was really sweet. Thank you so much, Elaine. This is a set, I think, was it called Papa Paradise? You might recall a video I did where I could not stop calling the pineapples pumpkins. That was kind of funny. Okay. This is another super duper sweet card with one of my fave sets has been retired, but this is from Elizabeth. Thank you so much. I love this, and she's so got me pegged. These are some of my favorite colors. This one I think was from Brenda, right? I'm pretty sure. Yes, just making sure. Brenda took the leaf punch and made a wreath. So cute. And I love she added a little bit of black ribbon. Adorable. Purple, purple, purple. All right, and then this beautiful card. This is from Catherine. Catherine is a demonstrator in Missouri. She watches my Facebook Lives. Wait, I just want to make sure this is. I'm almost 100% sure it is. But yeah, okay, I was going to say it would be pretty lame if I got it wrong, right? But Catherine made this beautiful card for me. She had asked for help with a little backorder situation, and I helped her out. So that was really sweet of her to send me a nice thank you card with this beautiful fall set. So, so nice. Anyway, I am just digging these awesome, awesome cards in the mail. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Also, we've got some prizes to give away, so let's do that next. Okay. I have 2 stamp sets to give away, and remember, I've had a few unclaimed, actually I've had several unclaimed stamp sets. So you have 2 weeks to claim your stamp set, so make sure you are watching this. So just make sure you claim your stamp sets. I'd hate for you to miss out on them. So you have 2 weeks from today to claim these. And our first winner of the Buffalo Cheek background stamp, which, oh my God, I said it again. Buffalo check, not cheek. What is wrong with me? Okay, so the first winner is Helen Sleeper. I kind of scribbled that. I had a lot of people share the video, so I was kind of scribbling out my my names by the end. Let me just write that a little neater. Helen Sleeper. There, that's better. Okay, so Helen, you have 2 weeks to claim your prize by emailing me with your mailing address so that I can send this to you. So make sure you do that. And then also our next winner is Sharon Lee. She gets the Timeless Tidings stamp set. So congratulations, both of you. And we'll write this one a little neater too. SharonLeiga. Okay, so again, email me at drico@yahoo.com and I will mail you your winning stamp set. So congratulations. Also, I know a few of you are waiting on some happy mail from me. I sent out a huge batch last week, and then I've got another big batch coming out this week. So yay. There'll be lots of happy mail going out. I've had a few people asking me what happy mail is. I'll leave this for a sec. Happy mail is, I send thank you cards when you place orders from me. If you order an online class that has pre-cut cardstock, you get happy mail from me. If you win a card challenge or a Facebook Live drawing, you get happy mail from me. If you get catalogs from me, I write happy mail on them. So that's what happy mail is. It's happy, it's fun. So there you go. All right, next, I think it's time to do a little stamping, don't you? So our first project is going to feature the first Frost stamp set. I love this set, but it's also going to feature kind of a neat set. I've been playing with this a bit, and it is called Means So Much. This set was pretty much designed to be used with the Stamparatus, and someone had requested a card using, like, lining up 2 stamps with the Stamparatus, and so I want to show you how you can do that. It's pretty easy. We're going to practice first, and then we'll do the real thing, okay? So let me get our plates out. Also, I want to mention, just last week, Stampin' Up! Introduced some accessories for the Stamparatus. You can get replacement plates. You can get replacement foam pads. You can get replacement magnets. Have you broken yours, anybody? I have not actually had that problem yet, thank goodness, but that it can happen. And usually it's a big fat mistake, and you probably say something a little bit less ladylike than normal when it does happen because you're mad. That's just my personal experience. Again, I haven't actually broken mine yet because I've been so careful, but I know it happens kind of in the flash of an eye, that little, well, anyway. Okay, so I want to show you a couple things. First of all, we're going to practice. Practice makes perfect, right? And part of why we're practicing is so that if I'm not perfect on my first go around. Now what I'm going to do is place my piece of cardstock right here. And I'm lining mine up on the edge of a hinge right here. So it's right up against an edge. And then I've also marked it with a Post-it note. This kind of keeps me in line. And I guess I could probably do a couple Post-its, to be completely honest with you. But I like having this because it helps me get back to where I was. All right. So on this one, now I will say this was one of those sets where it actually took me a few tries before I really got what I was hoping for out of it, if that makes sense. So I'm going to pull out the pieces that make You Mean So Much. So pardon me with all the crinkling. Okay, so I'm going to actually start with the end of the word first. Okay, and the reason I did that is in my practice, I started with the beginning of the word first. And then I found I also had to, everything was always crooked by the time I got to the end based on how I lined up the beginning. So hopefully this will help us line things up a little better at the beginning. Now I'm going to pick up my stamp. And you know, this happens. So this placement right here allows us to get our paper right back to where we were each time. Now I'm also going to show you, I've got a couple color combinations for this. I'm going to show you my end results, to be honest. So this is what they look like. I've got 2 color combinations. So we're going to actually start with this. Well, yeah, with this one. Why not? Okay. And do you see how this is like crooked? But this is why we practice. Okay, I'm going to start with Berry Burst. Okay, and I'm just putting ink on here, like so. Berry Burst. Notice I got a little ink right there, but it's okay. Okay, so there's the end right there. Then I'm going to do Blueberry Bushel. All right, now here's where I might move this just a little bit. So I need to do the You Mean So Uch, or uck. So what I'm gonna do is line this up on here. And here's where I'm gonna stick my head in the screen for a sec. Okay, because I'm looking at it at the wrong angle through my camera, so that's why I had to stick my head in there. I apologize. But what I've done is lined the letters up. The U and the C, you definitely are easy to line up, and then you want that U up there to be lined up. Okay, so now I'm going to pick it up with this one. All right, and then, you know, my cardstock sticks with it, so we'll just put that back. Okay, we're going to ink that up with Blueberry Bushel. Wait, is that what this is called? Yes, Blueberry Bushel. Do you ever say stuff and then you're like, oh, I'm not so sure? Okay, so then we press that down, and then look, it's lined up perfectly. It's a stamping miracle. Yay. Okay, then we're going to do the Y-O, yo, moo. Yo, moo. I know, I can't help myself sometimes. Okay, I gotta stick my head back down in here. Okay, so now I've got that lined up. Now I'm gonna take this plate, remember we use this one, and I'm gonna flip it around so this stamp is on this side, and then this is a clean plate, so I can pick up my stamp with this, like so. All right, and then I'm going to ink this one up with Coastal Cabana, which, as you might recall, is the color that lets us know God loves us. That is good information to keep handy. All right, so I'm going to stamp that down. Notice I'm not getting my finger in the ink I got on the first go around, but it still works. Look at how cool that is. Okay, and we're going to stick this back in place. Do you see how helpful these little Post-it holders are? And then finally, we're going to add our Y and our little line of an M, or partial line of an M. I don't know. Okay, again, I got to get this lined up. Okay, and it's not that it's hard to line up, it's more that my camera is in like the exact worst place for getting it positioned right. Okay, so once again, I'm going to flip this one around. We'll pick up the stamp, and then we're going to ink this one up with lemon, I think, yeah, lemon lime twist. Okay. So we'll stamp that down, and then look at that. Now here's the beauty, people. This is ready to go. It's all lined up. So the next one I make is going to be way faster. Okay. So let me show you how well this is going to go with our next card. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to set this back down for a second so I can get a feel for where this is. And I want to stamp it on this smaller panel, okay? So what I'm gonna do is alter my positioning just a hint, okay? And here again, it helps that we've practiced this a little bit so that we can kind of get it all right. And I want to start with, I'm gonna start with my, this is it, my knee, to make sure I've got the right position. And yes, that looks good. And then I'm going to start with my Y, and yep, they both will fit on there, so I'm good to go. I'm also going to position this right here. Now, I saw somebody say your magnets don't work as well with the foam, and that may be. This is why I'm not even using magnets, by the way. The magnets are great, but I am not even using them on this. Now the first thing I gotta do though is clean off my stamps. Okay, so I cut a chamois in half so that it would be easier to clean stuff off of my Stamparatus, which I'm finding is quite useful. So I'm just cleaning all these off. I'm also cleaning off any ink I may or may not have gotten on the edge. I'm just saying, sometimes that happens. Probably doesn't happen to you. My chamois was a little wet though, so I'm also going to dry this slightly. Okay, and by the way, who's having a heart attack because all my ink pads are open? I'm living dangerously, guys. Okay, so now let's do this once again, but this time we're going to use a different color combination. So I am going to start with Soft Seafoam. Now I know this is going to work because I've already done the spacing for it. All right, so I do want to move this up ever so slightly though. Maybe I'll put this down here, just so that it's not quite as high as I thought. There we go. Okay, so I just stamped my Y. Now because I already have the spacing done, I can do it from this side. All right, the next thing I need is the other part of the Y. And this is going to be in Coastal Cabana, which, oh, is ready to go. Okay. And then I'm going to do see. Is this the right piece? Nope. This one. That's part of why I do every other one, is so that you can see. Oh no, that's the last one. It is this one. Sorry, guys. I do every other one so you know which plate goes next. All right, my next color is going to be Bermuda Bay, which is a little darker. Awesome. Isn't that cute? Okay, and then finally, we're going to use Blackberry Bushel. No, Blueberry Bushel. Oh my gosh. Words are a tongue twister here, aren't they? And here you go, all lined up. Isn't that awesome? So now I've given you 2 color combinations for this, although this is the one I actually stamped today. So let me explain those 2 again. This is Lemon Lime Twist, Coastal Cabana, Blueberry Bushel, Berry Burst. This is Soft Seafoam, Coastal Cabana, Bermuda Bay, Blueberry Bushel. And someone's here to say hello.
I can this time.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
Hi.
Well,
Did you tell them about the 14:23 2-mile?
yes, I didn't give them your exact time. I just said that you had a PR on your last race. So tell them all about it.
Well, at the end, I looked like I was going to kill someone, and here I can show the picture.
Let's show a picture. Show him a picture.
Oh.
Okay. Now we still have to finish this card, by the way, you guys. Someone said, "What do I have to do? What is it? The order that you?"
Joy!
Oh my gosh.
Joy.
Joy, Carl loves your comments. He says you have the best comments all the time. Okay, yeah, your screen is so dark, no one can see that. Oh, there it is. Yep, that is the look of determination. He's going around the corner, headed to the finish line.
Sprinting. I was sprinting at this point, right?
He was sprinting at that point.
Look at these leg muscles.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Now, okay, are you done?
No.
Oh, he's
Also,
not. I don't know what that means.
Can I have a paperclip?
No, not right now.
Do you know where a paperclip
No,
is?
nope. You can talk to Dad about that when he gets home. Okay, so here is my piece that I lined up. And by the way, all kinds of people are saying hello and good job and everything. Okay. So Sharon, you asked, do you have to do it in order the second time around? No, that's a good question, Sharon. You can actually stamp these in any order. Personally, I kind of like doing them in order just because then you can see everything in order. But no, actually, it does not matter. Once you have it lined up, it doesn't matter. So that actually is a great question, Sharon. Thank you. Okay, now mark this video to show him when he's 39. That's a good... That's a good idea, Judy. Thanks. Okay, so I've got this piece stamped. Let's finish it into an actual card. So like I said, I'm going to use my first frost stamp set, and I'm kind of laughing because I've had this set mounted on my desk for quite some time, and then I put it away after I shot the videos for my online class with it last week, and then I forgot that I needed it for today's video. So that's kind of funny, but anyway. All right, I'm going to stamp my first frost images to put this card together. And one of the things, then I'm also going to show you how to do some shimmer paint. So if I accidentally finish this card without shimmer paint, you let me know. All right, so I'm going to ink this up in my soft seafoam ink. And then I'm going to kind of jazz it up a little bit with some ink from a marker. Okay, so I want my Bermuda Bay And I think this is blueberry. Yes. Okay. So what I'm going to do is there's these little kind of dots on the ends of these little branchy thingies. I don't know what this is. So I'm starting doing the lower ones in Bermuda Bay. And you can see I'm not being that careful. I'm just doing a couple dauber dots. And then I'm going to do the upper ones in Blueberry Bushel. Okay. And then I'm going to give this a huff. That's what you do. And I'll stamp it right over the top. Like so. Oh, so pretty. Okay. Then I'm going to mount it to a layer of soft seafoam cardstock. Like so. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of blueberry ribbon. I hadn't pulled this out of my drawer yet. All my stamps are in the way. Okay, and you know what? I did not space this quite right, so I might actually change where I'm putting this. So hold on to that thought for a second. Okay, next I need my piece of, this is Coastal Cabana, and we're going to take Coastal Cabana ink and we're going to stamp this leafy image kind of going down the panel, and I'm just going to flip flop it each direction so they don't all look exactly the same. So it, I think, creates a prettier pattern when you do it that way. Otherwise it's just like boom, 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 boom. And then if they're not exactly lined up, you can kind of see it with your eye. This way you can't really see any discrepancies. Okay, we'll do one more. There we go. We're going to put this right on top of that. Okay, also, I want this piece is going to go on the inside of our card. So let me set this one over, and we're going to ink this right like this. So look at that beautiful rose. Oh my gosh, every time I stamp this, I'm just like, oh, it's just so pretty. Okay, and then I also am going to take Thanks for Being There. So, you know, we have You Mean So Much to Me on the outside, and Thanks for Being There is going to go on the inside of the card. And that's going to be in Blueberry Bushel, which, oh, I put my stamp pad away. What was I thinking? Oh, I love, the First Frost is for sure my favorite thing out of the holiday catalog. And what my favorite thing about it is, besides the fact that it's gorgeous, of course, that is my very favorite thing. But my favorite thing about it is that it is well beyond holiday use. In fact, I almost think it's hardly a holiday set. Surely you can make your holiday cards with it, but I really think it's an all-purpose set. Then I'm going to take one more image and stamp it kind of in the corner with, I should probably have a little background paper to work with. Protect my work surface, you know. Sometimes I wonder how I get ink all over myself, and other times I kind of know. So there we go. Isn't that pretty? So that's for the inside of the card, which, by the way, this would make a nice outside of a card. But let's put all of it together. I've got my Blueberry Bushel card base. And like I said, this is going to go on the inside of my card. So it's so pretty. And then on the outside of my card, I've got this layer, and I want to add my ribbon to this. So I'm just going to tie it around the outside. Now, originally I had it tied around just the little panel that we stamped that sentiment on, but I got a little carried away with my positioning, and I didn't leave enough room for it. So we'll just do it on the outside. No worries. I always tell people when they're doing classes with me, when they get frustrated that their card doesn't look just like mine. I always say, you know, your recipient has not seen the sample card. They do not know what what it should have looked like. And the worst critic, of course, of our stamping is always ourselves. So we don't need to worry about that. All right, so I just used some of this blueberry bushel 1/8 inch grosgrain ribbon. Tied that cute little knot on there just to kind of tie everything together. And then we'll pop this up right on top. As soon as I can find myself some dimensionals. Like so. Now on my sample, I'll show you what my sample looks like, just so you can see what I meant about the ribbon. In fact, we could even just kind of bring it up so it's sort of covering the base. But this is how I had it on my sample. So anyway, there you go. So super cute, but I really like playing with this. And of course, this is only lined up with the Stamparatus. It would be almost impossible to do it without. So I'm sure somebody could, but all right. So there's our first card. Our next card is really fun. This is a request that I've had several times, not today, but it's been a little while. I've had some people asking for a card with this set, and I keep forgetting about it. And today I decided was the day. And the stamp set that I'm talking about, let me just tidy up a touch here. The stamp set I'm talking about is called Botanical Bliss, which is this set. It's got some great framelits that go with it and make gorgeous cards. And so I want to show you those. Like I said, though, I'm just cleaning up my workspace here just a little because I get kind of messy. Did you guys see I posted my Crafter Math picture last week of what my workspace looked like? It was not pretty. The nice thing is, though, I've been cleaning up. In fact, actually, my friend Kelly was here after my Facebook Live last week, and bless her heart, she was tidying up for me. It was so nice of her. Because more often than not, the stamping fairies do not come and clean up my office. Can you believe that? Okay, so the Botanical Bliss stamp set comes with some really cool framelits. And they create little bookmarks like this. Okay, so isn't that pretty? So to get this, you want a 2-inch piece of paper. Actually, let me verify that. Or you want a 1 15/16 inch piece of paper. But, and actually, I'll be honest, mine was a little over 2 inches, so I just trimmed it afterwards. But this creates a little bookmark or tag type image. So it's really pretty. Then you can also, so when you die cut just this on a piece of paper, that's what you get, like this. But then you can also cut this flower out completely by adding this second piece to the die cutting, like that. Okay, so what you do is you die cut this first. Then you put this on like this. And I always use a Post-it note to keep it in the right place because you'll be mad if you go through the second time and it doesn't stay. So put your Post-it note down. And then what you get is this. Oh, so cool. Isn't that neat? So you have that one individual piece. All right. So let's go ahead and make a card with that. So I'm going to take my stamp set and I've got some of the Share What You Love DSP. This is that beautiful paper that's got like the different pearlized sections on it. And I'm going to punch the end with my triple banner punch. This is a 2-inch piece, so it fits right in here. So we'll just punch that end with my triple banner punch. And then I've got a panel of crumb cake cardstock that I'm going to attach this to. And I think this is a great, I mean, this is really an any season kind of card, but I kind of like the fall. I think this is sort of fallish. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Okay, and I also sort of like curling my flag just a little. give it some dimension. All right, then I've got my piece. Now I want to adhere this to something that I can kind of see. So to do that, I'm going to take, I've got a piece of Tranquil Tide cardstock. I'm going to use this as a layer, but I'm also going to punch this because I'm going to cover that layer up. So I'm going to punch this right out of the center. This is a 2 1/4 inch circle. And then it's going to go right there, but then I've got my circle punch out of it, which is kind of handy. All right. So I'll adhere this one down. And then I'm going to take, I've got a little pearlized doily. These, I don't know if you can see that, it's pearlized. You guys forgot to remind me about the shimmer paint. Dang it, we'll come back to that. You guys. Actually, I don't know, you might have said something and I missed it, but all right, now I'm going to put my doily down onto my card about right there. And then I'm going to put my little circle punch right over the top of that doily, like so. You could pop it up, I suppose, too. Actually, I'm feeling a little weird that I haven't popped something up on this yet. All right, now I'm going to add this right on top. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now to do that, I'm going to use my trusty sponge and liquid glue and silicone mat trick. If you haven't ever seen this, it's kind of the bomb. So I'm going to take and squirt a little bit of liquid glue onto this mat. And then I'm going to use my sponge to kind of spread it around a little bit so it's not all gooped up together. And then I'm going to put some on my little flower. Okay, and then I'll just position my flower right there like that. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Okay, now I'm also going to take the stamp set that, and it says especially for you. We're going to stamp it right there. Do you guys ever like pre-stamp? Like I take my clean unused stamp and like practice as if doing that you can see anything and it makes a difference. But I just like knowing that it's going to be good. I also like practicing on actual cardstock too. I feel like I made this more crooked instead of less. All right, we'll see. Here comes the test. Oh, perfect. Especially for you. Now, we're not done yet. I'm going to add a little bit more awesomeness to this card. So let me pull out my Share What You Love pearls. These pearls are so pretty. I'm going to take my pick tool. I had it on the poking device. We're going to do that, flip that to the spatula, and I've got some of these beautiful Tranquil Tide pearls that we're just going to position right here. And I love this little pickup tool because these pearls are pretty tiny. And this just makes them so easy to kind of scoop up off the page and then place right onto my card. So pretty. Okay. And then I'm going to put it all on a mint macaron card base. So isn't that nice? I think that's a good looking card. And then I'm going to show you the inspiration for this whole card. In case you were thinking I was like a master of card making, which I mean, you're not wrong, but I did actually have a source of inspiration for this. And this is one of those things too where I love this because I like to show you that inspiration can come from lots of different places. So I was in a card swap and we got this little treat pillow box thing. This is our new craft pillow boxes, polka dotted pillow boxes. And I thought, look at how cute this is. And like, 3D things are cute, but card making is a little bit more my thing. I'm not so much into the 3D things, but I took this idea and translated it into an actual card, which I love. So I thought that was kind of fun. Okay. So now I think that you need a break from that paper. I know. Actually, I haven't done much with it since that Share What You Love class, Elizabeth. And I was thinking, yeah, I'm ready to come back to it now. So I think I did a card with it last week sometime with this paper, but it is so pretty. But yes, you definitely need a break from it sometimes. Now, I forgot to show you a trick with the shimmer paint. Okay. So give me one sec. I need to find, oh, shoot, I do have one. Somebody asked how you make the shimmer paint spritzers. At least I hope this is what they were asking. So I've got an empty Stampin' spritzer. Okay, and I want to take my Sharpie marker and write what I'm doing to this so that I know. And this is going to be a frost white shimmer spritzer. Okay, and frost white is one of our shimmer paints. So let me grab it. It's just out of my reach. Okay, so this is my frost white, and I am going to put in it some 70% alcohol, rubbing alcohol. There is 90%, and I've heard that does not work. So do not use 90, use 70. Okay. And Tisha, you were asking what's the paper? I believe it's called Share What You Love. It's a specialty paper because there's these pearlized parts of it. Okay, now I'm so going to make a mess, but that's all right. Now, also, do not fill it all the way to the top. I've got it most of the way. And, oh, I just licked my finger, and that tastes icky. All right, I'm going to put this on for a second while I clean up my mess. Oh, and I licked my finger again, and that did not work. All right. Okay, let's get rid of our couple pieces of paper. And then, will 50% alcohol work? I don't know. All I know is 90 will not. So that's all I can tell you about that. Okay, so I've got shimmer paint. I'm shaking it up because there's a little ball in there. You want to shake that up. And then what you're going to do is put roughly, I would say about a pea-sized amount, give or take. Okay, so I don't know. I'll show you how much I've got in there because you can see it. But we'll close this up first so I don't make a mess. Okay, so there's a 1/4 of an inch at the bottom's worth. Okay, so now it's in there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to shake it up. Now the more shimmer paint you put in there, the more shimmer you're going to get. The less shimmer paint you put in there, the less. So if it's too much, then just add more alcohol to it. And if it's not enough, then add more shimmer. Makes sense. Okay. Now let me show you what this looks like. P.S. We're just going to close this ink pad. You don't want to get this in your ink. I don't think it would ruin your ink pad, but you would have shimmer where you might not always want shimmer for a while. Okay. So what I'm going to do is spritz this. Can I get it going? There we go. Oh, oh, oh. Do you see that? Okay, so frost white is going to be a little bit opaque. Not totally, but a little. So I'm going to put it on this card, okay? And I'm going to squirt it. I would say I'm about 12 to 12 inches probably from here. Okay. So now when I look at that, and you guys I probably cannot possibly appreciate this through the camera, but it's like the whole, I just sucked in the fumes of the alcohol. Excuse me. It's still in the air a little. There's like a whole covering of shimmer on my whole project. It's amazing. And like I said, I don't know if you can even see it because it's really light. But basically this is all over this, and it's super pretty. Okay. Okay, Brandy said she used 50% alcohol and it works. That's awesome. Now, you could see I dumped some in there, but I mean, I still have a lifetime supply left. I've not really put a dent into this at all. So you can get a ton out of here. Now, one other thing to mention, this is So this is my shimmer paint. This has copper in the bottom. You can see it. So it sort of turned my alcohol sort of a milky color, and then the copper is at the bottom, okay? I just need to shake this up, and then you can see it's ready to go. You just want to make sure that the shimmer that's at the bottom is not all caked in there anymore, and just shaking it up will get it ready to go. So it's really fun to play with this, and I will just tell you that if you're taking my country home kit to creativity kit to go class, we'll be playing with this. Yay! So it's pretty fun. So Sharon, actually, I know that 90% will not work on some of them. It will clump. And I think the alcohol is too high. It might be one of the 4 types of paint it doesn't work on. Not all, maybe some of them work, but not all of them. But that's just what I've heard from other people. So I just want you to be aware of that. So again, you want to shake this up before you use it each time. Okay, so there you go. Next. Okay, so we made our shimmer card. So you know what this looks like? The whole thing looks like it's all shimmery white cardstock, but with actually a little extra shimmer, which is kind of awesome. All right, so we've done this one and this one. Next, ooh, oh, okay. This card, literally, you guys, had me squealing when I made it. I was like proud of myself. I was so excited. The bottles, Molly, come from the Stampin' Up! Catalog. You get 2 of them in a package for $3. Okay, so this next card is just so like over the top gorgeous. I can hardly even believe I created it. How's that for an introduction? And this is actually another request. Someone asked me to show this stamp set, so I'm just trying to figure out what I did with the stamp set. All right, we're going to use Stampin' Blends. This is a gorgeous fall card, and I have it, here we go, the beautiful Promenade stamp set. I have it as a well, it's a praying for you card, but it could be a sympathy card, it could be any kind of card, but it's just so beautiful. Okay, so I hope you guys are going to love it. It really is just so gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to start by stamping. Now here's one little trick. You can stamp in regular Stampin' Up! Colors sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this big flower in Early Espresso ink. Okay, and I'm going to use my blends with this. It will work. Now the black, you definitely want Memento black. You don't want StazOn because that will completely smear. And our old archival ink, you don't want that either. You want Memento, but in this case, I'm actually using our Early Espresso because I wanted brown. Our card is going to have brown in it. All right, so I stamped my beautiful flower here, and then I'm going to use my Stampin' Blends. I'm using my dark Blackberry Bliss and my light Blackberry Bliss, and then I'm also using, I'm using Rich Razzleberry and then Blackberry Bliss. Dark. Okay, so for this, I'm going to start with my dark Rich Razzleberry, so that's the middle color. Okay. And I'm going to do kind of these overlap areas in that color to start with. And these are just the sections that kind of overlap one petal to another. I want them to be a little darker. Okay, and then I'm going to take my dark Blackberry Bliss. Okay, this is the darkest color. And I'm going to kind of color some of these, and this is going to make a little more sense as we keep going, so hang in there. Okay, so now I've got my dark insides all good. Okay, next I'm going to use my light Rich Razzleberry. Okay, and then I'm going to color up on each petal. Okay, and this is one of those, but wait, there's more situations, I promise. You're going to just love this. This is kind of a cool technique. I think you could almost call this like watercoloring with your Stampin' Blends, because that is sort of what I'm getting at here. Okay, and I'm being kind of careful not to go all the way to the edge. All right, so now that looks kind of boring, right? Now we're going to take our color lifter. Now this, I will be honest with you, works the very best if you have a newer color lifter, okay? And what we're going to do is I'm just going to kind of dab onto those lighter sections, each individual petal, not the crossovers. Okay, and then look at that. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Okay, so I'll continue to do that. Dab, 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 dab. And I think that kind of gives it a little bit of a watercolory look. I'll do a little bit in here, but more on the lighter areas. So this is the color lifter, and again, it helps if your color lifter isn't mostly dry. And the reason I know that is because this is my second color lifter. This is actually only the second Stampin' Blend marker I've had to replace. I've replaced a pool party, and that's probably a light pool party. That's probably my most used marker. And then this one. And Stampin' Blends came out approximately a year ago, so that's pretty good. My old blend, by the way, this is how you can kind of tell. The tip gets, well, I guess that's not a good example in this one. The tip gets white, like especially on the colored ones, you can see the tip gets lighter. You can see this one's been used quite a bit. The other thing is it's really dry. Nothing comes out. So anyway, now I'll be honest, what I did is this tip is kind of shot, but on the bullet end, I have it sitting upside down. So whatever is left in this marker is sinking to the bottom, and that way I can get a little more life out of that one. So it's not completely gone. Okay, now look at that. How cool is that? Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, now I'm going to do just a couple more little things. First of all, I'm going to take my black marker and go over these little stamen and dots and just add a few of these dots. And by the way, this is something I would recommend waiting just a minute or two so that it has a chance to dry a little bit so it doesn't just feather out. And I mean, not just by a minute or two, I literally mean just a couple minutes. And then I added a couple dots. So that really kind of makes that fancy. And I'm just following the lines that are part of the stamped image. Okay, now give me 1 sec. I'm going to quick die cut this with the framelit that comes in this stamp set. And then we're going to finish off the card. And you guys, seriously, you're going to be amazed. Okay, now I've just die cut this outside of my card. And we're going to set this aside, but I want to continue using my card base. And what I'm going to do next is take the leafy image here and stamp several leaves, okay? So I'm going to stamp, and by the way, if you want to put your flower back here to kind of get an idea of where you want those leaves, that is certainly okay. So I'm going to put one there, and then another one right here. Okay, so now I've got 3 leaves on here. We'll close this up because I know you're getting all uptight about it. And then I'm going to do some old olive. And for this, I'm just kind of going down the center section of each of these leaves, and then I'll go lighter outside of that dark section to blend. Okay, and now I'm almost to the part that's going to knock your socks off some more. If I haven't already knocked your socks off, just wait. Okay, stay in the lines, Dina. Don't get too excited. Okay, so the next thing, keep it together, oh my gosh. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glorious, amazing, orgasmic tin tile embossing folder, and I'm going to emboss this partial section right here. So I'll feed it through my Big Shot like this. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, are you guys ready? Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. Oh, look at how cool that is. Okay, so let's finish this up and put it together. Oh, I do need my early espresso one more time. I've got the sentiment that comes in the stamp set that it says, praying that this difficult road leads you to a beautiful destination. So that's very nice. Okay, oh, so pretty. All right, so I've got that stamped on there. I'm going to put this on a layer of early espresso cardstock. So it'll be super pretty. And I'm telling you, this embossing folder is almost better than sex. I mean, it just almost is. Okay. There we go. So pretty. Then I'm going to just take, and you know me, I need to add dimension. So I'm just kind of curling my leaves ever so slightly. You can curl them up or down. We're going to put that right back in there, but you know we're going to pop it up. So many inappropriate thoughts coming to my head as I say that. But in case there are preschool toys listening, I will just keep them to myself. But I am so excited about this card because it's just so pretty. Okay, so I put that in the center. Okay, then I've got myself a rich raspberry card base. And I'm going to tie some of our ruffled ribbon. This is fresh fig, but what I love about this fresh fig ribbon is that it's like a cross between fresh fig, rich raspberry, and blackberry bliss. So you can kind of use it with all those different colors, which I love. Okay, so we're going to tie this around. Now this is a special card, so it's getting a full-on bow, you guys. I mean, honestly. Now, if you find that you're bow impaired, we will not judge you if you just tie a knot. We would never judge you for that. Not everybody has the gift of bow tying, but I'll give you a couple tips. First of all, I find that I get better bows when I tie them upside down. I don't know what it is. Okay, and then I want to create my loops and hold them perpendicular to the way I want them to lay eventually. And then just pull it through, and I go back and forth a little bit. And then when all else fails, you use a glue dot to make it bow down to your will and get it in the right place. Now I do need to adjust this slightly, but that looks pretty good. There we go. And then, like I said, you can take a glue dot to kind of stick it into submission. Oh, the innuendos are flying today. Okay. So there we go. I just do it right under the knot to hold it into place. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So pretty. All right, we're not even done yet, you guys. I mean, we're getting really close, but we're not quite done. Now we're going to pop this whole layer up. This is a special card, people. You are only sending this to somebody who is truly, truly worthy of it, which means they have to be pretty awesome, or somebody who really, really deserves a special card like this. I actually know who I'm sending this to. Okay, so there we go. But wait. Of course, we need some Clear Wink of Stella. Now, Clear Wink of Stella is a pen with glitter in it. And I would say it is closest to the Champagne Mist of the shimmer paints. Okay, so I am going to take and just color some shimmer right over the top of this. The beauty is that it won't bleed when you use it on top of your Stampin' blends, but it just adds a nice little shimmer to it. This one is kind of almost out, so I'll just add a little more. There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh, look at that card. Look at this card. It's just so pretty. I'm so proud of my stamping skills. I really, for some reason, I just love this card. I don't know what it is. It just really, it's one of those cards where you made it and you were just like, I was so excited to share this with you guys today. So I hope you guys like it. It just really is, I think, very pretty. Now, if you're sitting there going, it's ugly, that's okay. You don't have to like all my cards. But I do really like it. It just is fancy, but it's simple. That's what is kind of awesome about it, is just adding that little bit. I mean, if I would have done the whole thing, it would have been too much, but just that little strip of the embossing on there is just gorgeous. So, okay. Now I still actually have 2 more quick cards to do. Now these are both fairly quick, but they're super cute. Okay. Sorry, I'm just grabbing the stuff. All right, now this card is going, I had every week I get requests for the Spirited Snowman stamp set, and so I got requests. I think I've gotten requests for pretty much since the holiday catalog came out. So we're gonna make another card today with it. I did one on my blog in purples a week or so ago. But this card, sorry, I just had to reach for my, I needed my Stampin' blends. I need one more set. Call Me Clover and Real Red are what I'm using on this one. Oh, and my pumpkin pie, because we got a carrot nose to color in. Oh, and sorry, one more color. Pool party. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this is stamp it in my Memento ink, because I want it in black ink. So I'm going to stamp that on a stitched square, which is the largest of the stitched squares. And then I'm going to color, well, let's see. Let me start with my nose, because I always tend to forget this. There's my carrot nose, and then I'm going to color the scarf every other color, Real Red and Call Me Clover. So super easy coloring, which I love. Oops. Oh, but I probably should do the hat too. Darn it. We'll do the polka dots in Real Red. And was there anything else? Oh yeah, the shoes. Okay. Next, I want, oh my gosh, I'm like, things are falling off my desk here. That's okay. I'm going to do the sticks. What color is this? Oh, it is crumb cake. I probably should have gone with the light. I picked the dark, but it's all right. And then we need some Call Me Clover. Ooh, well, yeah. I like the bullet end just because it's a little easier. Okay, there's my coloring. Super cute. Now I want to jazz this up a little bit, give it a little more definition. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking my buttons should be colored too. There we go. Now I'm going to do a little bit of Pool Party. This is the dark Pool Party. on here just to add just a little bit. And then I'm going to blend it out with some light Pool Party. Just blending this so it's not. Now this is the marker that I am losing. I have another one, but I'm kind of trying to use up the last of this one before I pull it out. Okay, so I've colored those just in a little bit. Okay. I am neither an only child nor am I the only girl, but I do love to color. Okay, now I'm also going to put a little bit under my snowman. Okay, just like that. All right, and that was the lighter color. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to get some shimmer on here. So we're going to use some more Clear Wink of Stella. I'm pulling out a little newer one because this one, like I said, was kind of dying. Okay, so I want to get some good shimmer on this snowman. There, this is looking good, 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 good. As well as on the hat and the little snowball or thing. Can you see that? So hard to see. Yeah, it's on there. Okay. Now, this is one of the things I want to show you. This is actually sort of a preview of what my Facebook class is going to be. This is an example of a card layout, and I'm going to make this card and one other quick card to show you this card layout and how you can kind of get a different idea for how to do this. Okay, so this would be one where I'd give you the dimensions and then you can kind of stamp along with me, because you can really put anything where I have put the snowman. So I've got a piece of cardstock that I'm putting right here, and then I wanted a green strip to coordinate. And then this is kind of my card layout. And this is really cute, but I wanted to make it fancy. So I took, this is from the Blizzard set. Oh gosh, what is that called? Something about a blizzard. Oh, here, I've got it. Beautiful Blizzard. So this is the set of framelits that comes with it. It's just one piece, but it cuts a whole bunch of snowflakes out. So I've got this, and I'm actually going to emboss it into my green strip. And this is what it looks like when you emboss it. Now to do that, what you're going to do is you're going to put your multi-purpose platform down. And if you have the one with tabs, you want it on the tab for embossing, a regular embossing folder. And then you're going to put down, let's see, you want to put down your mat, the blue one, which is the thin one. Then you want to add to it your cardstock and then your die, and then you're going to put the white embossing mat on top and crank it through your Big Shot, and this is what you get. Okay, it's not cut through. I know people have a little bit of a hard time with that, but it gives you this cool background. Okay, so let's put this together. It makes for a really simple card, and like I said, this is sort of an example of what we'll do. Oh, I just ran out of fast fuse. Hold on, I got more. So I'm going to put this strip across here. Okay, and since you guys are nice, I'm even going to put it across straight. That's how much I love you. Okay, and then I'm going to pop this layer up. So this makes a really simple card. So what we're going to do is kind of start with a simple layout, and then I'll show you different ways you can do it. Okay, and then we'll go from simple to complicated. So that's wonderful and perfect as is, okay? But we can also take it to the next level. So the next card that I might show you in our Facebook Live class would be something like this, where we still have the same layout. This time I'm going to flip it on its side. So in this case, I'm using Poppy Parade for my red, because it coordinates with the Signs of Santa. That was another request I got. Signs of Santa stamp set. Okay. And, oh, someone asked no plates. Yes, you do need one piece of cutting plastic on the bottom. Here, I'll grab it so you can see a visual. Oh my gosh, I couldn't find my white plate because it was like literally stuck. It was camouflaged on my white table. Okay, so this is my Big Shot platform. If you have the one with the tabs, you're going to open it so it's on tab 1. Then I'm putting a piece of cutting plastic down. Then I'm putting the skinny blue mat. This is the really thin one. Then I'm putting my die, which, what did I do with it? I literally, oh, here it is. I lost my die. Or no, I'm sorry. That's not what I'm doing. My apologies. Cardstock. Okay. Cardstock. Then my die. Okay. Then my white plastic. Okay. So let's go through that one more time just so we're all clear. This is my multi-purpose platform. No thin die adapter, just the plate. If you have the one with tabs, you're going to open it up to, I believe it's tab 1, the one you would normally emboss an embossing folder with. Then you will put one piece of cutting plastic down. You will put your mat down. Then you'll put your cardstock down. Then you'll put your die over the top, and the cutting edge is down. And before you have your heart attack that you're going to cut, you're not. When it goes through, you'll know because it'll feel loose. It'll feel much looser than if you were die cutting an actual piece of cardstock. Yes, cutting blades down because they're going to emboss into that cardstock. That's what you want. And then you're going to put your white plate on top. This comes with the embossing mats. Okay. So that's going to go through really easily. And then when it comes out, that's what you got. Okay. Will it cut the blue mat? No. See my blue mat? Do you see any cut lines in there? Nope. It is good. There's no cutting in here. Okay, if you're worried about it, run a piece of cardstock through without the mat, and you'll see it's not going to cut. When you put the mat through, when you crank it, it's going to be loose. I know it seems wrong, but I promise it will be okay. Lynn, if it cut yours, I am guessing you had something wrong in you must have had a tab wrong here. Okay, so just be careful, but again, it will crank through loose. Like I thought, oh, it's not even going to do anything, but it did. All right. And by the way, there are instructions that come with the cutting mats that give you that information, just so you know. Okay, so back to our card. Again, here is our basic layout. Okay, so I've got a piece of Poppy Parade, and then instead of the red mat, I'm going to put a Coastal Cabana mat down, and these colors I got from the printed paper that coordinates with this stamp set. Then I cut a strip of this paper, and I'm going to put this across. So notice this is a vertical, and this is going to be a horizontal. Okay. So I'm just going to put that across here like so. Okay. Then I have die cut myself an oval out of the Call Me Clover. That's a stitched shape oval. So notice I'm using a different shape here, but it's still the same layout. It's the same basic thing. We'll pop this layer up on here. And actually, if I can pry this up, I'm going to scooch it up just a little bit. But if I can't, I'll leave it. But it seems to be coming. Or not. Now, some people might freak out because they're live and this happened. Other people will give up on what they were trying to do and they'll cover it on this side. Everything will be fine. Okay, so see, no problem. All right. Now I'm gonna take and stamp my little Santa from the stamp set. Oh, goodness. I could have freaked out there, but I didn't. Aren't you guys proud of me? I'm going to stamp my Santa in basic black, or I'm sorry, black memento. Pardon me, black memento. And right here, this is my scrap piece of paper. Okay, then I'm going to color him. So I've got my Poppy Parade. I've got my Ivory skin tone marker. So we'll color his face and his hands, his thumb, anyway. I'm going to color his belt in Daffodil Delight. And then I'm going to color his jacket and hat with my Poppy Parade. So I'm going to start with the dark marker and put some dark color down like that. And I want it to be dark up here and then a little lighter. By the way, yeah, that is the dark Poppy Parade. Whew. For a second there, I was thinking, what if I got it wrong? Okay, now I'm going to blend it out with the light. And don't forget his sleeve. Do a little more over there. That looks good. Okay. And then I'm going to die cut. Oh, wait. I'm going to do one little more. Just to kind of make this fancy, I'm putting a little pool party dark and pool party light on here. Okay, then I'm going to die cut it. Oh, look. Here it is already done. It's so pretty. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop this up onto my card. And then I'm going to add 2 more things to this. Okay, so these are really basic. In our class, we'll take this even further. Okay. One of the things I wanted to add, I don't think I mounted this. No. I'm going to add this stamp that says official something. Oh, official seal of the North Pole. Gosh, I'm like, it says official something. I'm going to stamp that in Coastal Cabana on here. I'm going to stamp it correctly so that north is indeed facing up. Official seal of the North Pole. Okay, and then on the inside of my card, I've got a piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas. And you could do this in any color, but since my Coastal Cabana was open and everything, I'm stamping it in Merry Christmas. Okay. Oh my gosh, and I just ran out of another fast fuse. Do I have another? Hot dang, I do. Okay. Goodness. So I'll put this on the inside of my card. All right. So you can see these are 2 very similar cards, but different takes on the layout. Now we'll take this several steps further in the class, but I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what it would be like. So again, this is an example of the Facebook class. And again, the details for that are in the description of this video that you can see wherever it is on your screen. Okay. Now let's take a look at everything we've made today. And I've got some awesome specials. Okay, so let me just clear enough space on here so I can show you everything. We used lots of blends today. Okay, so we've got these 2 cards. Then we made this card with our Stamparatus. We made this stunning, amazing masterpiece. I really was proud of myself. And then we also made this card. And then, by the way, this was the version with the shimmer on it. So we made 5 cards today. Not bad. All right. Now I want to share with you my specials. Okay, so the first is, of course, share the video. Here's my Sharpie. Share the video, and you'll be entered into the drawing for free stamps. And you can do that on Facebook or YouTube, and then you'll be entered for free stamps. And to claim your prize, make sure you come back and watch the next week, because that's when I award them. And you have 2 weeks to claim your prize, so make sure you do that. You can also be entered by ordering. And when you order, please use the code SYAQTPDS. Okay? And this week, if your order is $100 or more, you can choose a free host set. Free host set. And let me give you an example of the host set I used today. I used it on, well, one card, but I have an example of another. This is one of the host sets in the holiday catalog. It's really cute. I used it, that is where the Merry Christmas came from on this one. And then yesterday on my blog, I had a video with this card, and this thanks is from this set. So I used 2 of these images recently. But you can choose any of the host sets that we have. However, you must use the code to get the special. Must use the code in order to get this free host set. Okay, so free host set of your choice. I will contact you next Monday for which host set you would like. Once everybody's placed their orders. Okay, so this special is good today through next week, which is 10, I want to say 15. Yeah. No, 14, that's Sunday. Sorry. 14th. All right. Also, my Facebook class, okay, which is actually October's. That is going to start. Our first live is tomorrow. If you haven't registered, make sure you do. Sign up. If you go to my online class section of my website, you can see the sign up there, or I have it in the description of this video right here. Also, I have October 15th is the deadline to register for the Creativity to Go kit. Creativity to Go. And that kit is going to be focused on the stamp set Country Home. Okay, and the cost of that is $35, and it includes a goodie bag of $20 worth of stuff, plus you'll get pre-cut cardstock for 8 cards, including they're all using the stamp set, and you'll get video tutorials, you'll get alternative ideas, all kinds of inspiration for this. Okay, so that's 2 different classes. The Facebook class, this one starts tomorrow is our first, though if you don't sign up by tomorrow, that's okay. So that is going to be Tuesday. Our Creativity to Go is, you have to sign up by the 15th, and then they will get shipped on the 20th. Ship the 20th, so that you will get all of your goodies. And does the $35 include shipping? Yes, it does, Elizabeth. Yep, it's $35. If you are a member of my downline, you have signed up under me or one of my team members, you can get a discount on this Creativity to Go kit, and there's information about that on our team page. I did the registration completely separately, just so you know. So all of the information is going to be in our Facebook group. So Vicki, your question will be in there. I think it's 3:00, but I have to check my calendar. I'm not sure. I don't have it off the top. How close to my million am I? I have not checked today, but I think I'm about $50,000 away So getting really close. The next few months will be there. So, and if you would like to support me, place an order. If you order a Creativity to Go kit, that helps me too, because that contains a $20 goodie bag in it of merchandise. And so any of those things are very helpful. So thank you very much. Where do you find the team page? Samantha, you have to be on my team. If you are not a member of my team, you don't have access to it. You have to be a member of my downline, which means you've signed up under me or somebody on my team. So that's where that information is. All right, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you here next week. Hope you have a great week. And if you are in the path of the hurricane, bundle up, guys. I hope that you stay safe and high and dry. See you all soon, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.